it's been quite interesting because as a mom of two young ones, I've got a 11-year-old and a 4-year-old, two boys, and because as any founder would know, that the first year of business you're pretty much never home, and I think that's been such a big change for my children, that our typical day under lockdown involves a lot of me being around, I guess meddling in their lives, and just going back to being a full-time mom, and yet still trying to maintain some semblance of my own personality and staying in touch with work and making sure all of that stays together, well put together. But in the beginning it was definitely, first it was quite exciting because it was it felt like a holiday, and then it sort of, then it became more like a prison. But kidding. But I think that it's been great getting used to the new normality. So a typical day would involve a lot of menu planning, because that never changes in our household. Food is still a huge part of our house and our family. My 4-year-old really likes to he's obsessed with the concept of formal dining versus casual dining, and what kind of experiences you want to have. So he'll ask, is it a casual dinner today or a formal dinner today? And then the dining table will be set accordingly, and everyone will have to be in outfit accordingly. All those grand plans I had for this lockdown, from spring cleaning my entire house to sorting out the drawers and those cupboards that never get done, or just learning to bake something new. Glad to report, I'm human. Nothing got done. It feels that in these past 3 months, I've just also been taking a step back, absorbing everything, and actually enjoying the quiet. And I think that's so important as an entrepreneur. It is so important to have had this time to sit back and reflect, and now allow the creativity to channel through, because when when you started that business for that first year, you're running straight into it and things are happening, you're firefighting. So a lot of elements of the business that I actually enjoyed had sort of gotten lost. And these 3 months have given me lots more insight into what I really want to focus on, and the elements that make me excited about the business, and taking those elements and seeing what out of those elements will be more profitable. So you need to figure out how you get yourselves into their homes and be part of their meals without actually physically bringing them into your space or going into their space. So I mean, I see that changing a lot. You can already see a lot of the bigger players in the industry who are coming up with concepts of their restaurants in your home. So that's one of the major changes I see in our industry. I almost feel like your first year in any business, especially in the food industry, you're making some mistakes, you're learning from those mistakes. It's that year for us. So nothing was really set in stone. So now is the time for us to challenge those things that we had learned, and sort of develop our model accordingly and see what works. Is the ability to multitask. I think from doing the homeschooling bits to the making sure the house is running properly, to the cooking, to sort of just managing everyone's schedules. I mean, it almost felt like I was, the adrenaline rush is similar to being in a fast-paced kitchen and just making sure that food is made for service and everything is on point and gets out there on time. So I think that ability to make sure things get done has really helped during lockdown, because despite the feeling that, things have come to a standstill, nothing really does, especially with children. Nothing really ever comes to standstill. You still have to manage all of that. So that I have to say, it's that sharp, quick, fast-paced actions and those quick reactions that you have in the kitchen have really served me well during lockdown. Our team is so small, and again, because it's a startup and it was more of a family concept in the restaurant, even my kitchen team and my restaurant team is so small that have managed to stay in touch. So we'll do our, every couple of weeks we'll have a Zoom chat, and I'm in touch with my staff, and I really miss them. I really miss that hanging out with them daily, because I actually like, I mean, we really enjoyed hanging out in the kitchen, in the restaurant. And so the team is doing well. Everyone's trying to stay positive. We're constantly sort of bouncing off ideas of each other, well, we could do this once we open, or this is how we'll open. But we really want to be sure that it's safe to open, and that we're not putting anyone at risk. So we're coming up with different ways to manage that. I think I was reading somewhere that I think it's a staggering rate, about like 70% or 80% of people are saying that they're exercising more in lockdown than they ever have before, because it's just that excuse to get out or get a run in or get a jog in, just to get out. And I think that's happened to me as well, that I found myself falling back into familiar routines of working out, and I really think that manages the well-being so much more. I mean, without the mental strength that you get from working out or being physically active, there really isn't work. I really think work suffers a lot when you're not physically active, and when you're not mentally feeling that you're doing enough for your body to keep your body strong. Productivity definitely goes up when I'm working out and making sure that I'm looking after myself.